Okay, we are here. Um, I guess it's a fantastic way to say, are we going to say Happy New Year?
Happy, happy new season.
Happy New Season! I'm telling you, it's a fantastic thing. Let me welcome every one of us to Askcast TV. Askcast TV is the our YouTube channel, that we made specifically for um, everything Arsenal from the through the lens of a Niger Guna. Okay, so basically what we do here is we discuss different things about Arsenal. We talk about match reviews like we're gonna do now. We talk about match previews. We talk about gaffers, dissect. We talk about things we learn from our matches, things we learn from our training, a whole lot of stuff. As time goes on, we'll also be doing watch alongs. I believe that it's going to be huge. So, but specifically, we are actually talking about the Selhurst Park invasion. And I have with me Mr. Adedoyin. Um, he actually started something amazing on WhatsApp, which I am part of. Okay, we have our official WhatsApp platform, for a lot of Guna fans in Nigeria. It's called AFC Niger. For some of you who will be watching right now, it will just give us a little background to what motivated AFC Niger. So, Mr. Adedoyin, take it up.
Okay. Well, I appreciate. Thanks for having me. It means a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
What was behind it? I just felt because I was in the UK for a while actually, and
Okay, okay.
I could see how passionate they were about the whole thing,
Yeah.
especially via this platform called AFTV, where you have
Yes, yes.
Don
Robbie
Robbie,
Lyle, owned by
Robbie
Robbie Lyle, Don
Lyle,
Robbie. Yeah,
yeah, and others. So one of the
yeah.
one or two times that I went to the Emirates to see the game,
Okay.
I went back stadium to watch their interview, and I felt, why can't we have something like this in Nigeria? A platform that allows
Yeah.
maybe not football fans generally, but Arsenal fans to share
Arsenal
common
fans. Yeah.
interest and gather our thoughts. So
Yeah.
coming back home, I just started with what I have, and that was just WhatsApp. I created a
Yeah.
group. I added as much Arsenal fans that I
As
knew of on top
possible.
of my head,
Yes, sir. Yes,
and I
sir.
told I told everyone to spread the word and add other Arsenal fans. I think we
Yeah,
are
yeah.
currently we are currently about 50 in the group, with about
How
30.
many?
Yeah, we're about 50 in the group right now, on the WhatsApp group,
Wow.
with
Wow.
about 30 active
Yes.
uh, you
Yes.
know numbers there. So we are
Yeah.
definitely looking to expand the family, and
Yeah.
both on Instagram as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, because I just feel we should be able to have a platform where Arsenal fans can air their opinions, speak pidgin, and others. So that's just it. Are you still there? I think it's breaking.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. So
Okay.
that's just what it's about.
Amazingly, one of the shows that will be on Ascas TV is um, Guna Torinius. It's
Okay.
my own pidgin version of relating Arsenal news. It's gonna be a voiceover thing, everything done with pidgin. I know I'm
Mm.
not a fantastic pidgin speaker, but I used to do a radio show before, a soccer radio show called Soccer
Mm.
Tori, and so using that flavor, it's gonna be a lot of
Yeah.
things for people to look forward to, really. Okay,
Well,
so yeah, we get down to Selhurst Park now. So let's start like this. Let's first of all look at the formation that Mikel Arteta deployed today, what
mm.
you think about it, and what what you think about the way we actually struggled after a while, and why it looks like for a long spell during the second half, we really actually did struggle against Crystal Palace. Is it a formation problem, or is it a manpower problem or something? So let me just know your thoughts.
Well, for the formation is not one that you see every day from Arteta. Playing three at the back, I think
Yes.
it must have been a little bit of headache that he had between having to play both White and Saliba to start the
Yeah.
game. So playing
Yeah.
three at the back was something that he felt okay. If he has, if as long as he has White and Saliba at the back, they are good on defense.
Mm,
With
mm,
coupled with Gabriel as well. So, and
yeah.
I think that's kind of paid off. And it's the first game of the season, so definitely for a few
Mm,
weeks now, I'm pretty sure they've been practicing three at the back on the training ground, So
yeah. Yeah.
they've had the time to probably master it. So once our other defenders get fit, we're talking about fully match fit. Talking about the likes of
Yes.
Tomiyasu and Tierney.
Tomiyasu and Tierney.
We
Yeah.
might see if possibly there'll be a shuffle. But
Yeah.
like they say, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So
Yeah.
I would encourage that we might have a repeat of three at the back, in our next game.
Mm.
And speaking of
Oh,
speaking of
really?
control of the game,
And
I think for the
looking at the formation, on Super Sport, it looked like Zinchenko,
yeah.
Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, and White. It looked like that's the formation to me. I don't know. Is it still three at the back eventually in the game proper?
When you say three at the back, it will be because it's more like three center backs, and then you have both
Oh, okay.
left back and right back
Yes.
going forward,
Yes.
making runs.
Yes.
So at the end of the day,
Inverted.
at the end of the day, in the game, it's going to be like five defenders.
Yeah, I
That is
understand.
just it. Because once the team is once Crystal Palace are countering or once they are
Mm.
attacking, Zinchenko and what's his name on the other end of the wing can fall back.
Ben White.
Ben White can fall back for defense, and you have as much
Okay.
as 4 or 5 defenders already while we are on counter.
Yeah.
That's why you would notice that we were able to recover the ball well, especially in the first half.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
once we lose the ball in the next say 10-15 seconds, we have it back. It
Mm.
was almost the goal that Martinelli could have scored. Gabriel Jesus
Yeah.
lost the ball through a sloppy
Yes.
pass,
Yes. I feel
and
that. I feel that he should have just used his right leg rather than trying to
yes,
use his left
that's the
leg.
thing. He should have just used his right leg, or maybe deceive the keeper by cutting in again or something. But
Mm, mm.
he's a young boy, and he's part of his. It's one of those things he needs to grow. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's a
Yeah.
player we
Okay.
should watch out for this season.
Yes. So this season is. I'm really happy for him because he did a lot of amazing work last season,
Mm.
but not many goals. So
Yeah, exactly,
starting the
exactly.
goal stuff this season, I really believe that
Yeah.
that's one of the plans of Mikel Arteta actually to
Mhm.
get goals across the pitch, and not just
Yeah.
rest on the strikers and all that.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
let me know your thoughts on Gabriel Jesus. He
Mm.
didn't really. We all expected that his debut goal,
Yeah.
okay, at least Premiership debut goal was going to be today. He did a lot of amazing runs in the game, tracking back to the
Mm.
midfield, winning possession, retaining
Yeah.
balls and trying to spread it and all that. But the goal didn't really just come for him.
Well, I was on TVC sports desk. Was it not a few days ago?
Oh,
And
okay.
my co-analyst said to him, Jesus is the buy of the season.
Yeah.
And if you ask me, fine, the goals didn't come, but the work rate, the chances he created, the problems he
Yeah.
caused, for the
Yeah.
Palace defense, he
Yeah.
says a lot, and I'm really keen to see what more he will bring, this
Mm.
season. Maybe he was taken off a bit early, though we needed the substitution. But I think perhaps if he had
Yes.
played a full game, who knows? Maybe he would
Maybe.
have popped
Yeah.
one in,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we could see Saka, trying to find him all game. And if you ask me,
Yes.
one of the problems Jesus had today was the little indecisiveness of Martin Odegaard. Odegaard was a bit he lacked
Yes.
that quick decision making today.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. He's a playmaker. The first thing
Yeah.
that comes to his head is to create. So even sometimes maybe when he sees a chance, he just passes and we lose it like that. But
Mm.
if you judge Jesus on not scoring today, you'll be wrong, because
Of course.
he was there, he was present. So it's all about not
Was
letting
present.
it affect him, and he'll be back,
Mm.
definitely. He'll be back. He'll be back.
I
But
be,
great
I
buy, I
really,
think. Great buy.
yeah. Yeah. I really feel that for because a lot of I watch the game in a joint where I normally like to watch the game in an atmosphere where there are a lot of different fans and all
Mm,
that, not just Arsenal fans, so that
yeah.
I can feel the pulse of what other fans are talking about concerning our team. So almost everybody that were there were just waiting for when we Gabriel Jesus score. When will he score? When will he score? Everybody
Yeah.
were just once he collects ball like this, they will say, it go happen now, it go happen now, it go happen now. You understand? So I really feel that the expectation, and I don't think that is only in Nigeria. I feel that the expectation on that on his shoulder, even at the Emirates, we really don't know what the fans will be thinking about right now. But I really
Mm,
believe that he has the opportunity to stand up and be counted this season with the kind of
yeah.
responsibility that it has
Yeah.
given him.
Now we
Yeah.
should we should we should we should be thankful that we have him, because at the point that we really needed a striker, Lacazette had left, Oba had left.
Mm.
At the point that we really needed a striker, we didn't really know where to run to. We had Jesus Price, Napoli called for us when we asked about well, and prolific striker. So Gabriel Jesus agreeing to come
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
having won the Premier League 3 or 4 times with Manchester
Yes.
City,
So
making the
yeah.
Champions League final.
Yeah.
For him to agree to come and say, okay, he's going to play,
It's a big
it says a
boost.
lot. And I have to give him all the credit, because if it was another person, he might just relax with the fact that he's won the Premier League like 3 4 times. He's not necessarily going to have
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Yeah.
put all his,
Yeah.
yeah, but you can see that hunger, you can see that passion, you can see
Yes.
that
Keeps tracking
even though he
back. He
has
keeps
won, yeah,
pushing.
even though he has won as much leagues with Man City, you can tell that there is a more that
He's still
Tuchel.
hungry.
He wants that presence to be felt. He wants to be the
Yeah.
man. And
Yeah.
that's just what we need. It goes beyond on what happens on the pitch. The mentality
Yeah.
is important as well. And I think for the first time, in terms of the forward aspect of the pitch, I think Arsenal, we have a sense of direction. And what we
Okay.
saw in the preseason is enough to
It's
give us
paying
that
off.
confidence.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Okay.
yes, yes,
Let's
yes.
let's 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 look at some key players, standout performers for you in this game, Crystal Palace
Mm.
Arsenal. Who are the standout performers for you?
Well, from the back, I would say Ramsdale and Saliba. Ramsdale was a bit sloppy with
After
the
after a few,
distribution.
yeah, after a few
Yeah,
sloppy moves from
Ramsdale was a
Ramsdale.
bit sloppy with the distribution, but if you ask me, I think he stopped about 3 clear-cut
Yeah.
chances, and
Yes. Yes. Yes.
it's not the first time. There was a header from was he Eze? I'm not sure, but it was point blank position that
Yes.
Ramsdale had to
Yes.
move. He
I
had
think
to
it's
he had to he
Edward.
had to charge
I
up.
think it's
Yeah,
Edward that
okay,
nodded
Hudson,
it.
yeah, Hudson Edward. Okay, yeah, Hudson. He had to move as quickly as he could.
Yeah.
He had to
Yeah.
express that reflex. And this is not the first time we are seeing that from Ramsdale, and but the distribution was a bit sloppy, which we know he can be playful at times. And
Yes, so yes.
if he's not careful, Turner will give him a run for his money in training.
Yes,
So,
so
but looking at covering his goal, he did well. And Saliba, I mean,
amazing.
what was Arsenal thinking? Well, I won't blame Arsenal for taking him on loan, because you never can tell. Maybe it
Yeah.
was the loan that we sent him back on that actually brought
Mikel actually said
brought that
that
out of him.
during the press conference that it's now, it
Mm.
now showed that the loan actually did worked. Because if he had been
Yeah,
around,
yeah,
for
yeah,
instance, last
yeah.
season, he probably wouldn't have had as much opportunity to play
Exactly,
that had made him to
exactly,
develop this
exactly,
much. You understand? So
exactly. And it gives us more options at the back. Maybe there might be a
yes,
problem when you think of Ben White's price tag. But I
yeah,
think at the end of the day, everyone has to fight for his spot. So, but
yes, so yes, so.
Saliba was brilliant today. And
Mm.
another person I'd like to mention. I'll mention Saka Jesus. I think Saka
Yes,
made
so
really important runs down the wing.
yeah, yeah.
Looking for those passes. Well, I don't know. Well, it's an own goal. I don't think it will be given to him, because
No, 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 no,
he
no,
wasn't
no.
going
It's a
on
clear
target.
own goal.
So
No,
it's a clear own
yeah.
goal. So, but for him to put in that work, for him to get into those positions, he said a lot.
Yes, yes, yes,
He
yes.
really did say a lot. But for me, I think the star man for today has to be Saliba. For me, it has to be Saliba.
Yeah, of course.
He was he
100%.
was he was perfect. He was perfect. So
Hundred
it
percent,
was it was
hundred
really
percent.
good.
I agree with you. Saliba was amazing.
Yeah.
There are some tackles that he made that I never believe. There's a particular tackle. I think it was it Thomas Partey that missed it,
Yeah,
and then
Partey missed the
Saliba
tackle.
just,
He was on
my
Wilfred's Zaha,
God,
and from nowhere
that
we just I
boy.
was
I
pumped.
really don't understand.
I
To
was
for
pumped.
me to imagine that that boy is just 20 years old, it beats
Mm.
my imagination.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
doesn't think like a 20-year-old. He doesn't play like a 20-year-old
yeah,
at all. I think we have a fantastic, player
yeah,
on our
yeah,
hands.
yeah. Which who he's gonna give Ben White a run for his money, or even Gabriel Magalhaes. He might give
Yes.
them a run for their money, because by
Yeah.
the time we have the likes of Tierney, Tomiyasu
Yeah.
back, in
Yeah.
full health, the shuffling of Ben White and
I think it's
Saliba
Ben.
might not be something
What do
to
you
consider.
think? What do you think that Ben White, brings to this team that Saliba and Gabriel doesn't have?
Well, I think for me, Ben White is a really good defender when he has a good partner at the
Okay.
back. But because for
Okay.
me, I feel like because if you look at it, all the games Ben White played without Gabriel last season, he was being
Yeah.
exposed. Games that he played with Holding, with
Yeah.
Rob Holding, he was being
Yeah.
exposed constantly at the back, and you could tell that Ben White only works well when he has good cover. So
Okay. Okay.
it showed back in Brighton, because without Lewis, Dunk was the
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
that you could
Yeah.
actually tell that, okay. So I think in terms of what Ben White has that Gabriel or Saliba might not have, I think is just partnership. I think Ben White knows how to work with his when he has an equally good center back beside him. You can
Mm.
almost
He can
trust that it's
drive
going to be
forward.
yeah, exactly. He can drive forward, exactly. He can make those long passes, like he did in the preseason. And
Yeah.
last season said it all itself. Gabriel Magalhaes really covered up for him, in times
Yeah.
when he was exposed. But in terms of that partnership, I think Ben White has that. He has that. He can work in a two-man defense. So that's one thing I will give to him. But he really needs
To
to
him.
tighten up his act, because
Yes.
we all know
So
how good
because
Gabriel is.
Saliba
And
doesn't want to go
yeah,
back to the bench.
exactly. So by the time our two wing backs are really fit, it's going to be a headache for Arteta, and
Hmm.
it's going to be a lot of work. for White to retain that spot.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we will compromise. Maybe we'll compromise something in our midfield. Do you think? I don't even think this can work. I was thinking if we have three centre back of Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba,
White and
and then
Saliba.
and Tomiyasu, and then Ben White plays wing back. Can it work? We will be too
It,
defensive oriented.
it should be able to work because if you for not everyone knows actually Tomiyasu is actually a centre back.
Yes, I know. I know that
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
centre
exactly.
back. So
Tomiyasu,
that's why I'm
yeah.
thinking
So, but ah, Ben White can
we
cover the
will we
right
will have
back.
to compromise. We will have to
Ben White
compromise
can,
some players in
yeah,
the middle.
Ben White can cover the right back. But my fear with this is how long will it be sustainable in terms of fitness? Because at the end of the day, with what you mentioned, that means we're going to have to do it week in, week out.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
how
So it's
long
not
in terms of
sustainable.
fitness will it be? Yeah. But in terms of actually putting it into practice, I think it will work for our defense with Tomiyasu on the right centre back towards his wing.
Yeah,
Not necessarily, yeah, we can't because he doesn't have the height or
yeah.
so with maybe on the right centre back. I think maybe we can well it's something if we had more access to the team's tactics, it's something we can say okay they should try in training and see how well it works. But it's not. I don't think it's something a lot of Arsenal fans will be confident about
at all,
because
at
we
all. Most.
we we saw how good Tommy was at the right back last season.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so he gave Cedric a run for his money, and
Yeah. So
it was yeah.
absolutely.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
so yeah.
I feel that Ben White, I'm just looking at I've come to fall in love with Ben White. I've come to
Mm,
fall in love with Ben White, and I'm just looking at a way to just accommodate him in that. I know that what Ateta is building is gonna be a very tight defense
yeah.
backline. I feel that today's match we didn't that backline actually did suffered a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel that Wilfred Zaha was giving Ben White a lot of problem. He had
Yeah.
to draw if a yellow card from him. It was not many balls came through that channel, but few balls that
Mm.
came through that particular channel, I feel that
Cause problems. Yeah.
um, it caused a lot of problems. I also think that
Cause love.
Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace is an amazing player. I
Yeah,
really
he is.
feel that he gave us a lot of problems in the
He is.
middle. Give
He
us a lot of
is.
problems.
He
And
is.
then
And
also,
you could tell. You
I
could tell. You
noticed.
could tell last season. You could tell last season. You
mm,
could tell in terms of what Vieira did with him. He was one of the biggest problems we had when we faced because we didn't beat Crystal
yeah,
Palace last season. I think we drew and we
yeah,
lost. So
we drew and we
um,
lost. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So it was quite evident, and it was evident today. It was evident today. I
yeah.
think in fact before the game started, a Manchester United fan asked me was like, "Are you guys going to win today?" I said, "I'm not going to lie to you. This is not one of those games I will say I would outrightly say, oh, Arsenal will win, but
Yeah,
they are away." And I think if we actually get a draw in this one, I'll take it, to be honest, because
yeah,
we know what Patrick Vieira is working with in that team. We
yeah,
could see it
yeah.
last season, and I think I'm quite ecstatic that we got the win because it's good for the confidence boost. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, let me just tweak this a little bit. You know, I really appreciate your thoughts, and you have been very on point. I really want us to just dabble a little bit into the mindset of Mikel Arteta right now,
yeah.
going into this season. What do you think? Would be what Mikel Arteta is thinking going into the season? What if you are going to just take a look from his body language, from the way he has
Yeah.
prepped his team, from preseason up till now and all that.
Mm.
What do you think could be, his thoughts for the season?
I think he knows what he has to do this season. If you ask me, I think all the pressure will be on Mikel Arteta this season. Um, I think he's not going to be the smiley type this season. I think he's going to mean, yeah, I think he's going to mean business this season. Because if you
Yeah,
ask me, we saw what happened last season. Because when
yeah,
we lost the first 3 games last season, we gave up.
yeah,
No Arsenal fan thought we could challenge for top four after losing
yeah,
top four that we
yeah.
even lost
It
on a
was,
platter of gold.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
after
yeah.
losing the first 3 games, so missing top four by just a point last season, with
Mm.
the youngest squad average in the Premier League.
Yes,
It
in
was,
the
yeah.
Premier
I
League.
mean, in the Premier League, with him being the youngest manager as well, because I don't think any manager
Yeah.
is younger than Arteta in the league. If
No, I
if
don't.
I,
I
if
don't
my
think so.
maths is
I don't think so.
yeah, if
I
my
don't
math
think so.
is correct, I think Arteta is the youngest manager in the league. So you bring in
Yes.
experience as well, and there are a whole lot of factors. So for us to miss Champions League, and to now see the support from Kroenke this summer that we don't
Mm.
always see, um, because I was seeing something on Sky Sports, was it not yesterday? Arsenal are the
Yeah.
biggest spenders in England in the last 3 seasons with about
Yes.
250
Yes.
million.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
it doesn't matter how many players are being bought, because some people are buying a player for 100 million. but
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the figure stands there. So I think there are no excuses for Mikel this season. If you ask me, anything short of the top four is a fail. It's gonna be a fail, because you
Now
look
let
at
me
how
let me put let me put you on the spot right there. What will constitute a successful season for you? Not Mikel now. For you as a Gunner, for you as an Arsenal fan, what will constitute a good season, a successful season for you?
for me a successful season is, even if we can't make top four, we have to win the Europa League.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some way somehow we just have to make the Champions League next season.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to lie to you. We've upgraded the squad a bit.
Yeah.
We should make top four, but teams are not sleeping this season. Even
Nobody is sleeping on.
yeah, a team as little as was it Brighton? I think a team signed about 11 players this season. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
I, I,
remember.
I think that should be is it Nottingham Forest or
Yeah, I think
something?
it's Nottingham. Yeah, Nottingham for yeah, I think it's Nottingham
Yeah,
Forest.
Nottingham Forest.
So at the end of the day, I even signing Jesse Lingard as well. Yeah, it's Nottingham Forest. So at the end
Yeah.
of the day, even the small guns are not sleeping. So
Yes, so yes,
generally,
so
it's going to be a tough season, and I wouldn't tell Arsenal fans to be overly excited. We've upgraded the squad, but teams are not sleeping. So even if we don't make top four, I know Arsenal fans wouldn't like me saying this. Even if we say we finish fifth or sixth, that Europa League must not sleep. It's either the Europa League or the top four. Because remember, that was the season we finished seventh or eighth, but we lost the semifinals to Villarreal. You know,
yes,
so it
yes.
was it was it was really
We
painful.
finished we
So
finished eighth, and
yeah, we
then
finished eighth,
Villarreal beat us in
and then
second
Villarreal
sec,
beat us in the semi.
second
Yeah, which was it
yeah,
was it was it
semi-final.
was heartbreaking. So
Yeah.
one way or the other, we just have to make the Champions League in 2023, 2024.
Next season. Yeah.
So yeah, that's just it. And I think Arteta has that in mind. So like you asked the question, putting us in his mind right now, he's not going to be joking around too much with those boys this season. Trust
Mm,
me.
yeah.
so
Yeah.
so yeah,
So
he's yeah.
so on the last note, before we go, let me just know on what condition should Ateta be sacked this season? On what condition do you think, Mikel, you don't try, make
Mm.
we look for someone else? What do you think Mikel would do? Maybe what do you think, should cause a sack for Mikel?
Well, for me, I'm not really the biggest fan of sacking managers mid-season. It makes things worse.
Mm.
It makes things worse.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, you're causing an imbalance to the dressing room. But
Yeah.
to answer your question, on what notes should Ateta be like that I cannot take it anymore? I would say
Yes. So
if he's not top six by Christmas, if he's
okay.
below top six by Christmas,
Okay.
I think if not even sacked, his job should be on the fence because
Mm.
if you're not top six by
Mm.
Christmas, what
You
challenge are
cannot
we?
even challenge for top four by the end of
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
Mm.
So I think for me, if we're seventh or below by Christmas, uh, it's not going to be a good look. I'm a fan of Ateta. I'm not going to lie. I've backed him. I've
Mm.
really backed him. I've really backed him as a fan. I'm not one of those you would have heard back in the day with Ateta out. No,
Yeah.
I understood that he
Yeah.
was a young manager and he was learning on the job. You know, but he's been backed financially. The fans have had patience. You know, and
Okay.
also looking at what happened last season, he has to upgrade. So if by Christmas he's less than top six, it's going to be a big question.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
why I can say maybe he's either
Yeah.
not the man for the job or he's learning too slowly. So yeah,
Mm.
top six by
All right.
Christmas.
Okay. So finally, final that's top six by Christmas. Oh, Mikel,
Yeah,
thank you for your service. We'll look for someone else. Okay. So finally,
yeah,
finally, before I let you go, um, I, what will let me just know what do you think, how are you looking forward to Leicester now with this win that we have secured now? How are you looking forward to Leicester? Remember, Leicester has not done a single business in this transfer window. They are the
yeah.
only Premiership team that has refused or that are yet to do any business in this transfer window. So, what should we be looking at the Emirates Stadium next week? Against Leicester.
Well, if you ask me, I would say it's a good springboard from the 2-0 today. We are at home
Mm,
against Leicester. I
mhm.
don't see why it should be short of any. I don't see why it should be short of a win.
Yeah,
They haven't been a force in the transfer window, and
yeah,
I don't see much of boost for them. You look at where they finished last season, and
yeah.
the star man in Didi, I don't think he's fit. You know, so I don't see why we shouldn't do it. I don't see why we shouldn't do it. And I think they've just lost the goalkeeper. I think
Yes, Kasper
Schmeichel.
Schmeichel
Yeah,
has just gone to Nice.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So if you put everything on a scale, I don't think much.
You
Leicester should be
fancy
much
our
of a worry. But
chances.
definitely. In fact, I fancy a beat down. I fancy a beat down. I don't see why we should struggle in that game. We are home. We have the confidence. We have the morale. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, yeah. Looking at least a 2-0. Yeah, 2-0.
minimum.
Yeah,
Because me, I'm
minimum.
thinking that maybe Gabriel Jesus can start his account and then maybe give us one or two, or probably maybe a hat trick. Am I being greedy?
No, you're not. You're not because Leicester. I don't. It's not. It shouldn't be much of a worry. So
Yeah.
it's not going to be. It will be amazing, but
Mm,
it's not too much to expect.
okay.
Mm.
Okay. So
It's not.
okay. I know I said finally, but now Yuri Tillemans. Sorry, I just have to chip this in. Yuri Tillemans is a player that had been linked, with Arsenal
Heavily, yeah.
since the beginning. In fact, from the ending of last season, up till now and all that. So But going into the Leicester game, how do you see this playing out? Do you see a kind of maybe a distraction? Do you think it could be a distraction, maybe to our team or to Brendan Rodgers or something? You know, the Tillemans issue surrounding
Mm,
transfers and all that.
mm. There wasn't. We didn't really have much issues to get Tillemans. I think if you ask me, Edu and Ateta were probably the ones that did not just push for it. I don't
Yeah,
think Tillemans was. It wasn't really an issue. Leicester wasn't asking for something outrageous. I think
yeah.
they said something around 45 million euros. And before then, we had not gotten Fabio Vieira.
Fabio Vieira.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so after we got Fabio, the hunt for Yuri went down. So
No.
I think
And
for me, it should be Arsenal who should be worried because Yuri might want to make a statement by saying you should have gotten me. you know,
yes,
he
yes.
might want to he might
Maybe
want to
we'll
show
get
us
him
that
before the Leicester match. Maybe we'll quickly go and rush and get him before the Leicester
you
match.
know
All
he might
right.
want to. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we still have a month to the window to close
Yes,
the
yes, to
window.
the window.
So I
Yeah.
think um he might want to show himself that we have missed on him. He might want to be the star man. But looking at the squad depth, I think it's something Arsenal should be able to take care of. I think
Yeah.
Partey should be able to handle him. You
Yeah.
know, he runs forward. He runs forward, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. And if you ask me, the Leicester right now, Yuri Tillemans doesn't really have much help. Vardy wasn't.
Mm.
Yeah, he doesn't really have much
Yeah,
help.
yeah, yeah.
When you look at the likes of maybe Kelechi, Iheanacho, and Jamie
Yeah,
Vardy,
yeah,
but they
yeah,
were very much of a force last
yeah,
season. So um, there's only going to be much that he can do, against
yeah.
Arsenal. But Arsenal should not sleep on him because he might want to show that
I want to, yes, prove a point.
yeah, you should have
Say,
gotten me.
when I don't they sleep, when I don't they sleep, make I show you small.
Yeah,
All right, thank
exactly,
you so
exactly.
much. I really enjoyed myself, with the
Yeah,
indefatigable and amiable Mr. Adedoyin of
thank you.
AFC Nigeria.
AFC Nigeria.
I really want to thank you so much. AFC Nigeria on Instagram, right? AFC
Yes,
and
yes.
Nigeria on
AFC
Instagram.
AFC dot Nigeria. Yeah,
AFC.Nigeria
AFC
on
dot Nigeria.
Instagram.
Yes,
So if you're watching this, you know, head over to AFC.Nigeria on Instagram. 9JA,
yes. Nine
not
J A.
Niger.
Yes, yes.
9JA.
9 JA.
AFC.9JA. So follow AFC.9JA on Instagram. Let's make it a very unique happy family. I suspect and I have a feeling that there is something huge for
Yes, so
Arsenal this season.
yes, so
I really
yes,
suspect
definitely,
it. And
definitely.
and
For the
so
for the for the first time in a while, we have that sense of direction. We feel like we know
yes.
where we are going. We feel like and what Stan Kroenke did this summer, it's something we haven't seen in a while. So
Yeah, yeah,
um, all the pressure is on Mikel Arteta and the boys. All the pressure is on Mikel Arteta and the boys. So
yeah.
that's it. That's it.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I hope that we can do this
Anytime, always,
as more
always.
content comes up. I really
Always, no
enjoyed
problem.
the free flow of information and all that. So
No problem.
thank you Guna fans in Nigeria. Make una know say this one our own. If you have not subscribed to Askcast TV, please head over and click the subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. Share it. Make your comment. Let me know what you think about the season for Arsenal. Let me know your thoughts so that we can rub minds together. I believe that we can take this, very far. All right. So thank you so much, Mr.
Yes.
Ade. I really appreciate you.
All right.
And then
All right.
one love, everybody. Thank you. And then I'll see you next time. Bye
All
bye.
right. Bye bye. Bye. Bye.
Yes. Yes.